Hi everybody, my name's Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys very much for being a part of our little family out in the middle of the jungle as we read through scriptures with you all. And it is a second day on our Critters calendar. If you guys are following the Zadiki calendar, then today is it's the 18th day of this month. It is the second month, and it is the second day of the week. Now, for those of us who are stuck in Babylon and still have to go over the normal Gregorian calendar, it is the fifth month, sixth day of that month, and that is that. Gents, how are you?
Good.
Everyone alive?
Yep.
Anyone have anything interesting at all? I always ask you if you have anything interesting. You always tell me no. Is anything going to change this? Does anyone have anything amazing? What did you guys work on yesterday?
Cutting grass.
Cutting grass. Is the jungle overtaking you?
Nope.
No? You're doing all right? But it was getting long?
Longer than it should be.
Yeah. So out here in the jungle, it gets a little wet. When it gets a little wet, then the jungle thrives, and the jungle will collapse around you if you're unable to battle it. And so that is what we are doing here, at least one of us. Eli, what were you working on?
Same thing, Jaden.
Oh, you're battling the grass as well?
Yeah.
All right. Cade, what are you working on?
I was with you yesterday.
Oh, you were with me yesterday? No, what do you normally work on? What's your battle plan? What's your tool of choice?
What is
Photoshop. It's probably his tool of choice. The poor guy. He couldn't do it.
what do you mean by tool of choice?
Do you have a different tool of choice? Blender?
No.
Alright.
By
Well,
Photoshop.
anyway, there's nothing interesting here, folks. I tried, but as you can see, we should just leave it. Nothing's interesting. Okay, here we are, guys. This is Yah Scriptures. This is the greatest English translation you guys will ever see and ever find. It has the name of our Creator and the name of His Son all over this. It's been restored. You won't find in other scriptures like this. Anyway, because this is 14.5 font. It is large print. It is 103 books, 1.4 million words, slightly under that. And for every order that comes in, we are able to get a full scriptures into our brothers and sisters in chains. Now, our brothers and sisters in chains are very, very important people because they are they're the people who have been made an example of in all of especially North America. And a lot of very, very good people end up doing a lot of time. And a lot of times these are the best places that we can fish for men, that we can reach those who are down, who are broken, who have lost their freedom. And for anybody who has ever lost their freedom, your freedom, you guys know what it means. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And so these guys are our friends, and these guys are our people. And so this is why we are out here asking those of you who are able to help our brothers and sisters in chains to get at Yah Scriptures. You can grab the scriptures right here, and we will do the rest. We will get this into our brothers and sisters in chains. Now, if you don't want to buy it, not a problem, because it is absolutely free. Everything we have is completely free of charge. You have both of these PDF versions right here. You have the full single column and the Apocrypha. The first two top ones are what comprises the Yah Scriptures. And if you would like this same version for eSword on all of the versions, phones and computers, they're available as well. Traditions of Men is a tremendously good read. We are getting a lot of people that are reading it, a lot of good feedback on this. And Traditions of Men is available on Amazon. It is in the link below. And this is what we just shipped a few of these to our brothers and sisters in chains yesterday. Our very first ones that we did, we sent 3 brothers and sisters in chains. Two. Only two?
Only two.
I thought we got 3 up. Okay, so we got...
But I didn't know where to send it.
Okay, so we're missing an address for number 3. And so Traditions of Men, we sent our brothers and in the system 2 of these, which are the color version of it. And this is a good thing is that we get, when we do this through Amazon, we get like a wholesale gig on this. And so we are able to get these into our brothers and sisters with chains. With shipping's $9, right? 13. So it's $13. So it costs us $26 to get 2 of these into the prisons. And they are a very, very, very good read. And the prisoners are very, very receptive to all of this. And so that's it, guys. That is Yah Scriptures. And we are heading over to a wild world of Yisrael, guys. 1 Kings chapter 12. What has happened prior to this? Somebody give me a recap.
We had David, who died. Shlomo became the king. And he was reigning over Israel. He built the temple, which was something unheard of before. He built a temple for Yah, for the sacrifice to be done.
Jerry, stop.
But he did not follow Yah after his whole heart. He ended up with over 1,000 women.
All right, hold on, guys. We're having dog policing issues. Hold up.
Shlomo had over 1,000 women, and they're all from lands which Yahuwah said not to take marriages from, and he went astray, and the kingdom got taken from him. So now there's going to be 2 separate kingdoms inside of Israel, with Benjamin and Yehuda on one side and the rest on another. And now there is Shlomo is dead, and we have his son Rehoboam, who's going to rule over Judah and Benjamin.
Okay, and so we have Judah and Benjamin. We have Rehoboam. He ended up with one kingdom, right? And so here we are. Let us read into what is happening in this wild world. Okay, and Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Yisrael had gone to Shechem to appoint him to reign. And it came to be when Jeroboam, son of Nevat, heard this, that he was still in Mitzrayim, for he had fled from the presence of sovereign Shlomo and had been dwelling in Mitzrayim, that they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the assembly of Yisrael came and spoke to Rehoboam, saying, Your father made our yoke hard, and now lighten this hard service of your father and this heavy yoke which he put on us. Then we serve you. And he said to them, Go away for 3 days, then come back to me. And the people went. Then sovereign Rehoboam consulted the elders who stood before his father Shlomo while he still lived. And he said, What do you advise me to answer these people? And they spoke to him, saying, If you are a servant to these people today, and shall serve them, and shall answer them and speak good words to them, that they shall be your servants in all the days. But he ignored the advice the elders gave him, and consulted the young men who had grown up with him, who stood before him. And he said to them, What advice do you give? How should we answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, Lighten the yoke which your father put on us? And the young men who had grown up with him spoke to him, saying, Say this to this people who have spoken to you, saying, Your father made our yoke heavy, but you make it lighter on us. Say this to them, My little finger is thicker than my father's waist. And now, my father laid a heavy yoke on you, but I add to your yoke. My father flogged you with whips, but I flog you with scourges. Okay, what do you guys make of this kid?
Well, that's some pretty terrible advice. I mean, he should have stayed with the elders and listened to them. But we can see that he doesn't have the wisdom of Solomon. His dad didn't instruct him in the ways to go, obviously.
What do you think of this dude? My little finger is thicker than my father's waist.
He's just a wicked dude. He's just a really evil dude. And you can see with his company he keeps, it makes him even wickeder. You know, he had good counsel, and then he decided to ignore it and go for bad counsel.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the 3rd day, as the sovereign had spoken, saying, Come back to me the 3rd day. But the sovereign answered the people harshly and ignored the advice which the elders had given him. And he spoke to them according to the advice of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, but I add to your yoke. My father flogged you with whips, but I flog you with scourges. So the sovereign did not listen to the people, for the turn of events was from Yahuwah in order to establish his word, which Yahuwah had spoken by Achiah the Shilonite to Jeroboam, son of Nebat. And all Yisrael saw that the sovereign did not listen to them. Then the people answered the sovereign, saying, What portion do we have in Dawid? And there is no inheritance in the son of Yishai. To your tents, O Yisrael. Now, see to your own house, O Dawid. So Yisrael went to their tents. But as for the children of Yisrael who dwelt in the cities of Yehuda, Rehoboam reigned over them. And when sovereign Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over compulsory labor, all Yisrael stoned him with stones, and he died. And sovereign Rehoboam hastily mounted his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. Thus Yisrael revolted against the house of Dawid to this day. And it came to be when all Yisrael heard that Jeroboam had come back, they sent for him, and called him to the congregation, and appointed him to reign over all Yisrael. There was none who followed the house of Dawid, except the tribe of Yehuda only. And Rehoboam came to Jerusalem, and he assembled all the house of Yehuda, with the tribe of Benjamin, 180,000 chosen men of battle, to fight against the house of Yisrael, to bring back the reign to Rehoboam, son of Shlomo. But the word of Elohim came to Shemaiah, the man of Elohim, saying, Speak to Rehoboam, son of Shlomo, sovereign of Yehuda, and to all the house of Yehuda and Benjamin, and to the rest of the people, saying, Thus said Yahuwah, do not go up or fight against your brothers, the children of Yisrael. Let every man return to his house, for this matter is from me. So they obeyed the word of Yahuwah and turned back according to the word of Yahuwah. And Yerovam built Shechem in the mountains of Ephraim and dwelt there. And he went out from there and built Peniel. And Yerovam said in his heart, Now the rain shall return to the house of David. If these people go up to do slaughterings in the house of Yahuwah at Jerusalem, then the heart of this people shall turn back to their master, Rechavam, sovereign of Yehuda, and they shall slay me and go back to Rechavam, sovereign of Yehuda. So the sovereign took counsel and made 2 calves of gold, and said to the people, It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. See, your mighty ones, O Yisrael, which brought you up from the land of Mizraim.
So you can see here that Yisrael's on a down spiral already. They got already another king that's outside of David's lineage, and this dude's already making idols. This dude has just plagued Yisrael even worse than they were already plagued.
Yeah, it's going downhill. Okay, and he's talking about the golden calves, and he put one up in Bethel, and the other he put in Dan. And this matter became a sin for the people, went before the one as far as Dan. And he made the house of high places, and made priests from all sorts of people who were not the sons of Lui. And Yerovam performed a festival on the 15th day of the 8th month, like the festival that was in Yehuda. And he offered on the altar. So he did at Bethel, slaughtering to the calves that he had made. And at Bethel he appointed the priests of the high places which he had made. And he made offerings on the altar which he had made at Bethel on the 15th day of the 8th month, in the month which he had devised in his own heart. And he performed a festival for the children of Yisrael, and offered on the altar, and burned incense.
Things are not going well for the children of Israel.
Yeah, I think the thing that is that we should understand here, if we don't take anything else out of this, I think what the last verse on this puts it together, that the dude was doing what he wanted to do in the month which he had devised in his own heart, right? And so when we are devising things in our own heart, or when we decide that we want to keep Easter or Christmas or Thanksgiving or all of these things of the nations, it's devices of our own heart. It's things that we're thinking of, that we think that, our Creator is here. And as a Christian, I thought my Creator was in the Sunday church. I always thought he was there when I heard the music playing. I always felt like the Holy Spirit was taking me over. And at the end of the day, you realize that if you're not keeping the 7th day Shabbat, that our Creator is not in a temple made by hands of man. So with that, everybody, we hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being part of this. We're out.
All right, shalom.